Cinema Steven here, and this is the review of the film Marrowbone, which is currently streaming on Hulu. And Marrowbone came out in 2017, so it's one of those movies that you come across whenever you're browsing through the streamer websites and looking through the catalog of films. And this one I noticed had a really good cast. It had George McKay, who was in 1917, Charlie Keaton, who's in Stranger Things, Anya Taylor-Joy, who's been in a lot of stuff lately, like The Queen's Gambit and The Menu, and of course, rising horror superstar Mia Goth. And Mia Goth, in my opinion, is one of the best young actresses in the horror genre today. And with Infinity Pool and Pearl, she's just absolutely killing it right now. And X, of course. But yes, she is part of this cast. And basically what this movie is I would categorize it as somewhat of a ghost story / psychological thriller. And it takes place in 1968 Maine, where this young family of 4, or 5 including their mother, moved to the mother's ancestral residence of her childhood to get away from their father, who was outed as a serial killer, just a crazy, brutal man, and he was sent to prison and put to death. So they go to the ancestral home just to get away from all that, just to get rid of the stigma of what their father had done. So in this home, it's just them dealing with all of the psychological issues that they are tormented by with their father's actions. But they are convinced that there is a ghost of upstairs in the attic in this house, and they're more than convinced that it's probably their father, as you know, he was put to death for his crime, so they feel like he's haunting them. And some of the jump scares in this movie are so creepy. I wouldn't say jump scares, but it's just a really eerie feeling, kind of like The Others with Nicole Kidman. That kind of eerie ghost story like quality. I guess I should have said something like The Conjuring for a more current reference, but Marrowbone has what I would consider one of the best endings that I've seen in quite a while. The ending to this movie, which I would never spoil for anybody because it is so good, is one of those endings that you would never guess. And if somebody goes and says, "Oh, I knew that was going to happen," well, they're lying, because there's no possible way you could have guessed what was going to happen. And the twist is just dark and just jaw-droppingly shocking. And I would highly recommend anyone watch this movie if you're into psychological thrillers, ghost stories, or anything of the like. And that is Marrowbone, and it is currently streaming on Hulu.